Yep. Jeff, whenever you're ready.
Tony, how would you compare the effort level and execution tonight with what you saw Tuesday?
I think the second half against Navy, our effort level defensively was where it needed to be, with still some lapses. And I thought tonight, at the start, defensively, our effort level was where it needed to be. Again, we had lapses. There was things that happened, but and then we had a little bit better balance of looking inside, letting the offense work a little bit, and then getting different kinds of shots. It always helps when some threes go in, but there was good stretches, and so I thought it was a better first half. Then we gave up some offensive rebounds in the second half, and I know what's coming our next game, but they answered they answered the challenge that we put before them, so that was a good step.
Tony, both you and Kihei expressed after the last game not much concern about Armon and missing the threes, but still, how nice was it for him to get in a little rhythm and have a feel-good night?
No, it was good to see him, coming off and moving, and we need that. And then Carson hit. Well, actually, the one was a long two, but hit a couple, and just that helps with the inside-out game. It helps with some of the penetration, and no, I thought he was. He was ready. He was a little under the weather, I think, for the Navy game, and that's not an excuse, but he came, and you just got to keep working. So, again, anytime we can have a balance of those shots, and they were pretty much all good shots, and I liked his rhythm, and that's why shooters shoot. You keep shooting, you don't pass up good shots.
Hey,
Tony, in the second half, it seemed like offensively you guys got kind of sped up a little bit compared to where you normally are, maybe got a little lackadaisical or casual about things. Did you see
Yeah, I think when they put the press on, we had a couple of some turnovers that were, they ripped the ball out of Kihei's hands once or twice, and that hurt us. And we got some decent looks, some threes early and missed a couple, but no, the second half was not as sharp as the first half, but there were still some things to build on in it. And I think the turnovers and against the press, and then I think some of I think it was 8 offensive rebounds in the second half. Those were the things that hurt us.
Coach, Kane and Carson played just 3 minutes on Tuesday. Was that a conscious decision coming into this game to play those guys more and give them some more opportunities? And what did you see?
Yeah, we're still finding ourselves and figuring out our rotations, and I liked how hard that Tane played and battled, and it was a good experience for him. And Carson did a nice job in practice. I really challenged him on the last couple days. So, again, with our rotation, it's not settled yet, and guys just got to keep working. And I thought they both practiced the right way, and then got in early, and they did a nice job defensively, actually. And that's where we're at. And it's good to see Tane knock down a 3 as well.
Tony, with Caden, it seemed like maybe he was a little more bouncy tonight, maybe a little more confident. Is that just a function of more seat time, him just getting more time on the floor? Or did you see a big difference from him from game 1 to game 2?
I mean, we tried at times to throw it inside more, and he was active and blocked some shots. This is new for a lot of our guys. So just the more opportunities he gets, they had some physical guys too. But the game was a little different game that way. But I thought he settled in more. And again, he got to the line 10 times, which was nice. And again, you saw him; he had 4 blocks. You saw his length and. I thought, again, the guys played hard against Navy. We just weren't sound in certain areas against Navy in that first half, and some areas cost us. But I think they understand how hard they need to play to be competitive and be where they need to be, and I like the effort level again. And Caden is an active big. I think, I like seeing that. Poppy's physical, and we need those guys to just give us everything they got. Everyone's got to, I said, lay it down, everything you got, and empty the tank each possession and each opportunity you get.
You mentioned the challenge that's coming Tuesday night.
Yep.
What do you like about early season, non-conference matchups like that one, particularly on the road?
Yeah, no, they always seem, 44-15. I just looked up. They're up against Rice. Timing's perfect. They always seem like good ideas scheduling-wise, in the comforts of summer and spring and all that. But, it's such a physical team. Obviously, they were in the Final Four last year, and Coach Sampson does a terrific job, and they're fierce on the offensive glass. They attack the glass. They play real hard defensively, and they challenge you in ways that you need to be challenged and grow from. And so we'll have to go in there and, as we say, lace them up tight and be ready to play our kind of game and see where we stand. And we haven't been on the road yet. This will be our first road game, and so we'll see where we're at. Get a day off, 2 good prep days, and get ready to play against a physical, athletic, tough-minded team.
Tony, how much did you feel like the way Tuesday went maybe made practice a little bit more intense, or I don't know, maybe if it turned up some kind of focus?
We don't have any option but to practice hard and as well as we can. If we lose sight of that, then it's trouble. And that's my job as a coach, and it's our players' job as players to lay everything. I lay it down because there's no option. Sometimes we're quiet, but we can't ever afford to not make the most out of practices with our inexperience, how hard we go, and we've got to be smart with it. But and I did tell him after the Navy game, I was frustrated with certain things, and the next day I challenged him and said, might have been good for you. And it's never feels great to lose, but we're susceptible, but we can keep getting better. That's all I want them to do is keep excelling and finding how hard they have to play and how well they have to play in the important areas, and that'll never change. But we do not have an option when it comes to not being engaged and working like crazy practice-wise. No team I've coached, but especially this team.
We'll take 2 more, Jerry and then Chris.
Tony, with this offense, how important is it to get touches to Jaden almost every time down the floor? And what about his versatility of offensive moves?
Yeah, he did some good stuff for sure. I don't know about every time down the floor. He's got to keep working on screening well and get people open and play off of his screens and working defensively. But he's improving. But his versatility. He gets on the offensive glass. And you can throw it to him, and he's physical and aggressive, and he has that experience. So I thought he was solid and can keep getting better, and he's coachable, and he's important for us every time down. No, but I think there needs to be a balance with getting inside touches, whoever the guys are, playing inside out, and mixing that in when we can, based on how the teams are playing us.
Coach, your teams generally don't give up a lot of offensive rebounds. That's 11 again tonight.
Yep.
Are you seeing this before in scrimmages and practices, or is this a little bit of a surprise?
No, I mean, we're going to have to again, and that's not the most comforting stat heading into what we're going to, but we'll have to work at it. And rebounding it's positioning, but it's everyone rebounding, and we're a little out of sync. Sometimes it's just guys get bullied, and sometimes they forget, or we just seem like we're not balanced, and it's a war on the glass, and that's what high-level basketball is about. It's played on the glass, and again, we're going to get a taste of that coming into the next couple practices, and then obviously going to Houston.
Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.